Hi there, Tara here. Today we're going to expand on last week's discussion about network marketers and why you really should start considering running your own business. Now, I'm not talking about having a franchise with a lot of overhead where you're spending $1 million just to be using the name of somebody else's business. I'm talking about a business all to yourself, a business that you're running and you get to control the hours you put in the day, the amount you charge, all of that kind of stuff. Of course, the amount you charge is based on your product or your service and what you're putting out there to the world. But at the same time, you have more control over what you're making versus being in a 9 to 5 job. Honestly, a 9 to 5 job is so limiting in your time schedule, in the lifestyle it provides you, and in your income compared to working in an office or a corporation where you don't know who your teammates are going to be. You don't know who your customers are going to be, how pleasant it's going to be for the day, the kind of responsibilities you might take on when you start a brand new job. It can be very, very overwhelming. It's the same with entrepreneurship. It can be very, very overwhelming. I'm going to be honest with you, it really can, but it doesn't have to be difficult. You can simplify your offer, you can simplify who you're talking to, you can simplify so many pieces that you can really strategize your time in a way that you're making decent money or really good money for a limited amount of time and really being able to enjoy life and maybe get to travel or get to be home with the kids and not have the stresses of a 9 to 5 job. One thing I absolutely love about running my own business as well as having the network marketing is that I can enjoy things like going to the zoo with my kids on a day where it's less busy because everybody else is working. I want that kind of thing for you. And the how about starting your own business, that's something I can help you with. Absolutely. I offer mindset, motivation, and money making skills and tips to business owners to get out there and get out of the headspace of it's hard, because it doesn't have to be hard when you're running your own business. It does take time, it does take knowledge, it does take skills to get there, but you can get there. And once it's moving smoothly, that stress of all of the hard goes away. Okay. So it doesn't have to be hard. It just needs to be strategic. It just needs to be balanced energetically for you. Let's start thinking about that right now. Get out a notebook and start brainstorming some of the things. You probably already have something in mind, but start brainstorming some of the things you're super passionate about. What is something that if you could talk about it every day for the rest of your life, you would always have this passion and fire in your belly to talk about it? Get that out on paper. Number two, what are some skills that you're really, really good at? What is it that you can do? Are you great at art, music, singing, house repair? What are you really, really good at? I hope you're pausing in between when you need to, because we're going to keep going through this nice and quick. Number three, what knowledge do you have to share with the world? What is it that you know that you feel like other people could gain from knowing? So now you have three things. You have your passions, you have your skills, and you have your knowledge. Now start looking at those. What are the things out of those lists that you feel like you could do for the rest of your life, or at least for the next 5 or 10 years? Because let me tell you, as an entrepreneur, you're going to start somewhere and your customers are going to start sharing you with other people. And you're going to start developing more and more of a fine tuning of what you want to offer. You're going to start to understand more and more of what their needs, and you're going to adapt it. It's not going to be locked in stone. But where should you really start? What is something that you could do that really would mean a lot to you, or would really keep you going day in and day out, get your feet on the floor, make you want to get up and do your work, especially if you're doing this work from home in a way that will be less likely to distract you from other things that come up. That's what I want you to be focused on. Now that you have those three things, you have your passions, you have your skills, and you have your knowledge. Now figure out what it is, or what kind of combination of those that you want to be able to offer to your customers, your clients, or the world. Okay, figure out what would really give you that fire in the belly. You have the basis of how you want to be an entrepreneur. Here's an extra tip for today. Start thinking about what you could offer and lean towards affiliates more for those gaps that you really just don't want to deal with, the things that you aren't quite as passionate about but would still help your customers. And then you're actually creating two extra income streams in the one entrepreneurship. There's an extra bonus tip. If you want to keep getting bonus tips and to work with me, check out my programs down below. Click subscribe, hit the bell so that you know every week of things that are coming out, because I really cherish and value our time together. So in the comments below, tell me now, what is it that you are going to get started with? See you next week. Bye.